on the menu.
Right.
Yeah.
But who helps you out with this now? I mean, it's sort of become a booming business over the past
Okay,
5
not
months.
a booming
No, there's
I
quite
know.
a buzz around.
Yeah.
You had some reviews as well on some popular sites.
Okay, so mostly I have a lot, my family to thank for a lot, and also the help I have at home. So they help around a lot. So it's just me, just maybe the two of us who mostly do all the baking, and everyone helps with lining the tins. And if I run out of eggs, I get my father to like go get eggs, and
so he gets stuck with those jobs,
exactly. And then my boyfriend actually spent the whole Saturday recently at the bake sale with me. So everyone has their own way of supporting, which is really sweet. Like today my father's like printed flyers, and he's like cutting it manually because he couldn't wait till I went and got it cut. And so it's very much a home-based family thing, and there's a lot of love and care that goes into all parts of it. Yeah,
you can taste it. You can definitely taste it in the Podi brownies.
Let's get a bit serious here. Where do you see Podi business actually in the future?
Business.
You might just change your name.
I'm quite. I try to prepare myself for the worst. I think that's like a weakness I have. So I'll always like not have the biggest dreams. I kind of play it down a bit and not expect too much of anything, which is why I take this on a day-to-day basis. But the response has been so good. I feel and since I'm talking about entrepreneurship, I feel I owe it to everyone to kind of, try and take this somewhere.
So you will definitely
hopefully
have plans for the
but
I'm so curious about these. These are like the packages that you have. Why does it have Amaya's name on it?
Because it's for her.
Amaya.
And that's your
sweetest gesture.
Wait, is that for me as well?
Yeah, that has
Does it have a name on it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my
She's got the name right.
Not too
So
hard.
sweet. And this is the packaging that you have.
Okay,
for people.
how it all started was the night I started the fan page. I didn't have a way of packing it. So the first customer was one of my friends. She got it on a plate. I just piled it on a plate at home and gave it to her. Then I'm like, oh shoot, how do I like sell these? I need something to put it in. Okay, can I afford boxes? No, I couldn't afford boxes at the time. I was starting from nowhere. I had no plan. Foil at home. Okay, so I like took foil, piled it all up, wrapped it. So then I started giving it with foil. And also because I was so excited about it, I wanted to thank everyone who was buying it from me. So I used to write a little note and stick it with a toothpick. So if you go on my fan page, there's and everyone shares their pictures with me, so you can see the first few packages with foil, like kind of not so great. Then I was researching into packaging, and everything kind of was too costly for me at the time. I didn't want to spend too much on it. So then I actually started wrapping it with colored paper. The note became a part of it. The twine again, because it was at home. And then everyone just loved it. So it's kind of stuck.
So was it just for the Christmas season? Like
this is the red for the Christmas season.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're expecting a lot of sort of after-eight brownies going for
I know, I've got a few orders as well. So that's the story about the packaging. I don't want to deviate from it, and I take a lot of, it's really hard sometimes to make sure I get everyone's names and sit and make sure I write all the notes.
Handwriting, that's what's really cool. It's all handwritten.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much. I really love that.
You're
Make
welcome.
the great start to my Christmas.
Yeah,
and gifts. You can give gifts since you were wondering what to get people.
That's right. For the
people, yes. A single boy and his family members would be very happy with all the brownies that he can give them, I'm sure.
You had to bring it up, didn't you? You had to bring
He had to bring up the fact he was single.
Exactly. So
ladies,
you asked for
watching.
it, Jason.
I come with assorted brownies. Okay, I was trying to do the wink, but it didn't work out.
Unfortunately, we've come to the end of this segment. Thank you so much, Tush, for being with us.
Thank you. It's been great.
Thank you so much for the brownies as well.
My first appearance on TV.
That's so awesome.
So maybe someday you can say that she came on our show first.
Right.
Yes, I don't think she remembers us anymore. She's so famous, but she came on our show once upon a time.
We knew her.
She's a very nice person.
I remember you, don't worry.
We'll remember you too.
Well, again, what a way to start the early AM. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So that's it for this segment, but we'll be right back with some paintballers.
Hustle's paintball in the house.
In the house. So, all right. So stay with us. We'll be right back on Good Morning Sri Lanka. morning, Sri Lanka. Welcome back to the show. Now going from brownies to something quite different. I think Jason is geared up for something.
Hey Maya, look at this. Yeah, I thought I'd just give you a bit of a surprise. Guess what we're having on the show? In case you were wondering, we have paintballing.
You just shot at me.
Yeah.
You just shot at me.
I did, because I really want to shoot your face. I'm joking, you know, I don't want to do that. But anyways, guess who our first guest is? Don't you have a gun of your own?
I don't. I
could've
have a gun.
sworn.
I'm ninja. I don't have guns anywhere.
Okay, she's pretending because she does, and she wants to surprise me sometime during this conversation that we're going to have about paintball and shoot me in the face. But I didn't shoot you. I was aiming somewhere else. But guess what?
Going on to the guest that we have on the program today, Jason.
Guess who our guest is? We have, I mean, this guy's name has been all over the place because, like, when you say paintball, I know this fellow. Right, so Shane Vijay Singer, he's been doing it for years, paintball in Sri Lanka, from Hustlers Paintball. Welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka.
Good morning, how are you, Jason?
Great.
It's lovely to have you here on the show this morning, and you brought along an entire, I don't know, what do you call it, an arsenal of paintball machinery?
Yeah. Every day we need to play, yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
going to take my mask off because
right.
I can't really see much.
Slow. Oh, and everyone's disappointed now.
And the handsome
Oh,
face
no.
just pops in from time to time. Okay, cool.
But now, paintball is something that maybe not everyone is familiar. I mean, they would have heard of it, but I had personally have never played paintball before. So, what is it exactly?
Basically, actually, about 25 years ago, two people in Texas, when they're bringing their herd to slaughter, you know, like the auction house, they had no way of marking the cattle. They didn't know who was who, so they took some shotgun shells, put some ink, and shot at the cattle, and that's how they marked the cows for, you know, for auction. At the same time, the logging industry, they used to mark the trees from the water, and that's how they know which trees to cut down. So two people got a bright idea, they put some safety masks on, started shooting at each other. 25 years later, and we got paintball.
Right, so did they ever use this as like a military sort of exercise for like the people in the army?
Absolutely. The U.S. Army uses these particular guns I have that you had in your hand.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, for equipment that made in USA. So they use it for live, live exercises, and nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
And they learn from their mistakes, and our Army does as well.
So you pretty much learned about paintball in the U.S.
Absolutely. I've been playing paintball for about 15 years. Yeah.
15 years of paintball, Shane.
16 years.
That's like dedication to your passion. That is
Absolutely.
amazing. So what inspired you to bring this down to Sri Lanka?
Yeah, I came here on holiday. I haven't been here for like 18 years, and brought my gun along, and I see that there was a war going on here, and then there was kind of a, one of those taboo things with the guns and all that. I got defense ministry clearance, and we're doing as a team building activity. It's a sport. It's not like a hunting thing. We have colorful guns, colorful uniforms.
That's right.
So I thought it was a good idea, and I've been doing it since.
So what's the premise of paintball? I mean, what are you trying to do during the game?
Yeah, we played two different types of paintball game. One is called speedball, one is called woods ball. Speedball is where you have a limited amount of time on a set field, meaning that this inflatable bunkers, whether you play one side or the other side, it's the same. It's a mirrored field.
Okay.
So you go in there, within a certain minutes there's a flag or two flags. You have to get the flag and take it to the other side. So if you would get the flag, you would get like 20 points. If you take it to the other side, you would get 50. If you shoot somebody, you would get 5 points. If you remain alive during that time, you get 5 points, and we add up the score, and the next team comes in, so on. You go to tournaments. In the woods, we actually play like, we get dressed up like army, that sort of combat, and you do the real thing, but nobody really gets hurt. Everybody's wearing masks, and that's how we go.
Did it sting a bit though when one of the pellets hit you?
Yeah,
it does.
It feels like a mosquito biting you.
Okay.
I would
maybe.
You've done it, haven't you, Jason? I mean, you've got paintball in this.
Yeah, it's funny as it is, I've been with Shane, like we were partnering in one team, and we kind of knocked off the other guys, the opposing team, and we won.
They never played paintball afterwards.
Of course you would say that. I mean, both of you are sitting here on this sofa and your opposing team are not here to defend themselves. Maybe you're just lying.
We're representing them. We're like legit. Okay? Right, this is us.
So when you started up, what was the response like here in Sri Lanka to paintball?
Initially, it was lots of people that came, and we had an indoor facility in Colombo, and recently we have moved to an outdoor location. So lots of people. We were playing under the lights midnight. You know, a lot of corporate people come just to stress relief, to stress, really stress relief, playing paintball.
Shoot something
somebody,
and
we got a lot of family members want to resolve disputes and they
sort of thing. Good one.
Do you actually
Christmas
have it
season, if
happening?
you can't stand your in-laws, go for paintball.
Absolutely. If you want to shoot your boss, it's perfect time. Even here, actually builds up when you give productivity goals, but your boss gives you productivity goals, and either you meet or don't meet the goals, and boss shoots you or you shoot the boss. Stress goes down and productivity goes up. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
cool.
Something you have to think about.
Therapeutic effects of paintballing.
A lot of people do that. Absolutely.
All right, so just quickly, the people that are watching from home, these are the sort of equipment that you guys use when you're playing with paintball. But I'm really curious now. There's two sets of rubber balls here, paintballs.
Right. Sure.
Obviously, where it derives its name from. This is one.
These paintballs made of sugar, gelatin, and polyethylene glycol. It's totally harmless. You can even eat it. Tastes terrible, but it's good for it's good for your nails.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
It's
I'm
pure
sure the
gelatin.
ladies out there would like to know that. I mean, if a paintball hits you, just...
And the other balls we have, these are what the police use for the riot control balls. These are solid rubber balls. If you get shot with one of these, you will feel the pain and you will fall down.
So these don't break as easily as these.
Yes. No, this won't break at all. The yellow ones won't break at all.
Oh, wow.
It'll just hurt you.
Very badly.
These are for crowd control. You just, So
I see.
these are non-lethal still, So that's something you use. Those are rubber balls. Yeah.
But you could use this inside a paintball gun?
It's made for paintball guns.
Oh.
It's 68 caliber you're using.
Right.
What do you have in mind?
No, I'm saying,
specs now.
because you see, my family, they're not as easy as you think, and I think these might suffice when it comes to my family,
Your family is really going to love you on this particular program,
I hope
Jason.
not. Love you, Mom.
So basically, we got the paintballs there, and of course we have a gun. This is BT. It's a little kind of like a assault rifle, but it's not. If you look at the other guns, they're very colorful and stuff like that. The most important thing is a mask. You would need a mask, okay?
Right. Which I did wear.
You did wear,
show.
okay? And there's a hopper. This particular one is an electronic hopper, meaning there's a battery in there. It actually forces.
This is where the paintballs go inside.
Paintballs go inside. It holds about 200 rounds, and it actually it forces the balls down, so you can shoot about 20 rounds a second.
Wow.
Yeah.
20 rounds per second.
If you want to, it's totally electronic. It's got it's got a little switch, the battery, and the motor, and it just forces it down. So it's like any hobby. You can get really carried away. You can have. She's holding a pistol. That's that'll hold 15 rounds. 15 rounds, and that's for like close combat sort of training and things like that. And notice it's blue, so we're trying to promote this as a sport, not anything else.
So let me get this straight. Now you said there are different ways of playing paintball. From speedball to the other one was
woodsball.
Right. Has anyone ever tried to make their own game here in Sri Lanka where they might, I don't know, really try to get into the role of a mission or
so like a hybrid?
Yeah,
sure do. There's a couple of different people actually play video games at home, and they try to come and play. They think they are experts.
They think they know it.
And that has happened, in their mind to have a hybrid game, but when they come to real play, it's an issue.
Because just recently I saw on the internet this video where it's called Paintball Warfare, where you got people flying over
I saw that video.
quad cycles, four-wheelers, and that was insane. I was like, could this happen in Sri Lanka?
Unfortunately, that's made for TV, I think. It's not really practical. When you're running or something, it's very difficult to shoot because if you're half an inch off here, the ball will travel a couple hundred feet away. So but it looks good. I saw the video.
Yeah, it does.
Don't shoot where it is, son. Shoot where it's going to be. There you go.
Did you watch the other movie just yesterday or something?
But when you speak about the tactics, now what's the best tactic, like for beginners out there who want to know something about how they can go about doing paintball? What's the best tactic to follow?
Basically, when you come to my place, we give each person to start with 100 paintballs each.
Right.
So big people go behind big trees. Big people don't go behind little trees. You're going to get shot. That's one. If somebody's behind the tree, you keep shooting the tree, you're not going to shoot that person. They're behind the tree. Okay? So that's very basic common sense. If you're in trouble, if you stay in one place, you're going to get shot. If you're in trouble, run. Okay? So it's much more difficult to shoot a moving target than a stationary target. And the most important thing is to stay alive, you know, in a given allocated time. It's easier said than done, because this is not really an individual thing, it's actually a team sport. So the people in the back have to give cover to people in the front, and vice versa. You know, they have to shake their hands pretty much, one another. So it's a team